Hey, welcome to this video. If you arrived here, you're probably searching for skills required for affiliate marketing. So I'll give you the top three skills that will really have the most impact on your business. The first skill is lead generation. And a lot of people get this backwards. What they do is they'll tend to focus on, the back end stuff, like their sales funnel, their email follow up. And while that stuff is important, really 70 to 80% of your time should be spent on lead generation activities. Because if you don't do that, think about it, it's kind of like if you had a brick and mortar store, making sure everything's perfectly organized, the setup looks good, but you're not even getting customers or potential customers through the front door of your business. That's kind of what it's like. So I'm not saying don't spend time on your sales funnel, your email, but it's not the most important. At least not when you're getting started initially, and you won't know if it's working anyway because you're just not getting enough leads in to really. You're just not getting enough data points to even see what's working. So focus on lead generation. Now, there's different places all over the internet where you can drive leads, traffic, and leads. I'll give you three of my favorite places. So, because the thing is, you don't want to. A lot of courses teach like Facebook ads or Google ads, and while those are great, a lot of the big ad platforms they can be quite expensive. And the name of the game with affiliate marketing is getting lots of cheap but quality leads. That's really how you get profitable. So I'll give you three organic strategies that I recommend. And I'm an organic traffic guy, so I just recommend what's been working for me. The first one is blogging. Now, very it's probably some of the highest quality traffic on the internet. And what's great about blogging is people are actually searching for a specific problem. Your article will show up, and then you can sort of back end them into into your business opportunity or whatever you're trying to sell, right? Onto your email list. So blogging is great. The only problem, and your articles stay up there for a long, long time. So but the thing with blogging, people don't realize there's two components to this. There's the writing component, which in itself it's a lot of work. You have to spend time researching, um, write compelling articles that people actually want to read. And you're going to be cranking out, 2,000, 3,000 word articles every day. So it is a lot of work to just understand what you're getting yourself into. Yes, you can outsource the writing part, but that can get quite expensive. It's going to cost you like $100 per article probably. So if you want a quality article. And then the second component, so there's the writing. The second component to blogging is the actual what's called search engine optimization, SEO for short. That's all the technical stuff that goes on in the background, like making sure your pages load fast, your your site architecture is good. And I'm using some jargon here, but it's not that important. And also, um, and driving backlinks. Backlinks are basically links from other websites that tell Google to give your website more authority, basically, and rank your articles higher. So there's a lot that goes into SEO. And unless you're an SEO specialist, it's just a lot to learn. And so you're probably going to have to outsource that as well, which can get quite expensive. But if you can manage to rank on Google, blogging is a great source of traffic. And it also takes a while to rank. So just keep that in mind. It's not a short term play, it's a medium a long-term play, I would say. The second is social media in general. So think of all the different social media platforms out there. There's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook groups, and on and on. Um, now, now with social media, you have to be consistent, pumping out content continuously each and every day to get to be in favor with the algorithms. And one way you can grow your social media accounts quickly and relatively cheaply is by leveraging influencers. So it's called influencer marketing. You would find different influencers, like say on Instagram or what have you. You would pay them a little bit of money, and they would actually recommend your page and get grow your page relatively fast that way. So there's social media, free social media, but if you want to spend a little bit of money, you can leverage influencers to grow your social media accounts that much faster. So that's great. And a lot of them now you can actually use video on the front end of your social media. So I would be using as much video as I could. Like even LinkedIn, places like LinkedIn and Twitter now, you can use video. So I'd be doing that. YouTube is my favorite. Uh, it's similar to blogging. People are searching for something, but also it's video. So people are spending, 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes with you before they even land on your capture page. So by the time they land on your capture page and enter their email in, the chances of them actually, being interested in what you're offering, what you're selling is actually quite high. So I like YouTube, and your videos stay up there for a long, long time. So, but it is a medium to long term play, not as long term as blogging, but it still does take a while to get traction with YouTube. So just understand that. The second skill is copywriting. Now, I'm going to go against the grain here and say I don't think copywriting is actually that important. Compared to these other two skills, it is nice to learn, but it's not the be all. It's not going to make or break your business whether you learn copywriting or not, in my personal opinion. But copyright, if you don't know what copywriting is, it's basically persuading people through the written word. So it could be like maybe your advertising, the writing on your ads, if you're using paid ads, the writing on your capture pages, your if you have a bridge page, your emails, all that stuff. Again, I don't think it's that important because if you think about it, you know, if you got an email from your grandma, for example, are you gonna analyze the headline? Like, does it matter what she writes in the headline? No, it's your grandma. You're gonna open the email regardless because you know and respect her. And it's kind of the same thing with your email list. If they like you, they'll open your emails. If you're giving them good content, then honestly, I don't think the headline and the content of the email is honestly that important. I use my emails as basically a launch pad to get people onto my video content. So I'm big on video, and then that's really where the magic happens is on the video end of things. So I don't focus on copywriting. I'm not the best copywriter out there, but if you want to learn it as a skill to add on to these other two skills, then go ahead. I just don't think you should be prioritizing it in the beginning. So that's copywriting. The last skill is uh, video. So this shouldn't come as a surprise if you follow my stuff. Now, you can do all sorts of videos. You can do, like I'm doing now, screen recordings. Your face could be in the bottom corner, or you don't even have to show your face. People don't really care, I don't think, as long as the content's good and the videos are engaging. You could also do cartoon style videos, whiteboard style videos. There's different softwares out there. You will have to purchase the softwares, or you could hire a freelancer to do it for you. But you should be at least using your voice. That's my opinion. And there's PowerPoint style videos can be very effective for doing like presentations, like webinar style presentations. You could also do like face to face. That's all I did when I was first getting started. Face to face videos using my iPhone, and the picture quality of the iPhones these days is very good. So you could just do that. You don't need a mic setup. You don't need any of this. So don't let that stop you. And most people have an iPhone these days. So now, when you're doing video, just make sure the audio is good. People can understand you. The lighting is good. There should be a light source, ideally facing kind of on you. Outdoor lighting is the best, but I'm sure if you don't have that, you could find a spot in your house that looks good. And one piece of advice I could give you, and by the way, you could use video both on the front end and the back end. So on whatever content you're doing, say YouTube, again, most of the social media platforms, you could be using video. Even if you're doing Facebook ads, for example, you could actually do video ads. That's what I would be doing if I was going to be running Facebook ads, which I don't recommend, but if you wanted to. Um, and blogging as well. You can insert a video of you on your blog. You don't have to, but something you might want to consider. Now, so I talked about the different types of videos. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind when creating your videos, the most important thing is you want to not be boring, right? And how do you do that? Well, there's this concept I learned, really important concept. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it should be this concept. So it's called the magnetic persona. Some people also refer to it as the attractive character. And basically, what it is, there's four components to it. So the first one is, and you should be injecting these into all your videos if you can. So the first component is parables and analogies. So like using examples from your own life or someone else's. It doesn't have to be your own; it could be someone else's analogies or parables. But I would keep a book of parables and analogies, and you could just deploy them any like at any time as long as it makes sense. So, for example, I like to use, not so much anymore, but I used to use the parable of the bamboo branch a lot in my marketing and how that relates to business. So, if you don't know, it takes, I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but it takes, for example, it takes 3 months for a bamboo plant to actually shoot up. The first 3 months, it actually grows downwards. So you're watering it, you're doing all this work, and you're not really seeing any results. You're not seeing the fruits of your labor. But after about 3 months, it'll shoot up 20 feet in about 3 days. And that's kind of like how online business is. You're doing all this work. You're writing your emails, you're shooting videos, you're learning different skills, and nothing seems to be happening on the surface. But actually, a lot's happening. You just haven't reached that tipping point yet. But then all of a sudden, you make a sale every couple weeks, and then a sale every week, and then multiple sales per week, and all of a sudden you're making multiple sales a day, and so that's kind of like that's how it relates to the bamboo plant. So I know I didn't tell it the best, but that's just an example I'm giving you of a parable. So the second component of the attractive character is storytelling. So you could tell your own backstory, and shows like Lost do this very good, where they start on a point of high drama. So, for example, if you're in the weight loss niche, you could talk about how I was on a beach one day, my heart was pounding, I was keeled over, and I thought, oh no, I'm having a heart attack, and I couldn't believe my life had finally led to this point, and that's when I decided I need to make a change, and maybe you were 70 pounds overweight at that time, and then so it starts on a point of high drama, and so then you try out all these things. So maybe I tried out the Atkins diet, the keto diet, um, what have you, and the South Beach diet, the Mediterranean diet, and nothing seemed to be working for me. My energy was drained. I was hungry all the time, and I couldn't lose the weight. So you hit what's called a wall. So it goes high drama, wall, and then but then as I was ready to give up, I discovered the solution, say the P90X program, an exercise program, by the way. And that would be what's called your epiphany bridge. So it goes high drama, wall, epiphany bridge. And then you talk about how that, helped you out, or whatever you're trying to sell, right? Whatever diet you're trying to sell. So so that's the second component of the attractive character. So it goes parables, analogies, storytelling, and the third one is polarity. So, an example of a polarizing figure, well, I won't name names, but I'm sure you could think of a few in the media. And and the way I like to be polarizing in my marketing is, a lot of people talk about how Facebook ads is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, I say I think Facebook ads is terrible. I try to get on their platform. They booted me off before I could even create my very first ad, if you can believe it. And so I kind of and so while everyone's saying it's the greatest thing ever, I'm saying don't even bother with it unless you want to waste a lot of time or lose money. So that's a very polarizing stance if you've been in internet marketing for a while, because all the gurus talk about how great Facebook is. Um, The last component is flaws. So any attractive character is going to have flaws. Uh, One flaw I revealed is how I'm not the best copywriter. That would be one example. Because the thing is, if you're too perfect, people get a little suspicious of you. So it's good to have flaws. I'm not saying don't be professional and try to make your videos look nice, but if you're too perfect, it sets off some alarm bells. Sometimes it comes across as too salesy. So that's the attractive character, and honestly, I thought this stuff was kind of airy fairy when I first learned about it. I'm like, that's not going to matter, but But actually, as I started injecting it into a lot of my marketing recently, and it's had yielded some amazing results. So I encourage you to inject. I'll write it down here. The attractive character. If there's one thing you take away from this video is we'll get used to doing video and do lots of it and get good at it and try to inject this attractive character into your videos as much as you can. And then the copywriting and the lead generation will kind of take care of itself if you get what I'm saying. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video on 3 skills required for affiliate marketing. If you'd like my free training, my free workshop on how to do affiliate marketing properly, definitely check out the link below. Enter your best email, and I can send you a free workshop that'll just detail everything, like how to pick great products, where to find these products. Um, I compare it to other business models, why affiliate marketing is still the best. I talk about how to generate leads from a variety of different sources. So, a lot of people think there's not enough places to get traffic on, when in fact, traffic is actually as abundant as the sun. I talk about those places. I talk about leveraging video. I talk about leverage, the concept of leverage itself, how to use systems and tools in your business to automate things so you don't necessarily have to be there all the time. So lots of amazing stuff. Definitely check that out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you on the other side, and I hope you subscribe. That's basically it. Have a great day. Bye.